Everybody, welcome to another episode of Sherman Wealth Weekly Snaps. Today's October 9th. Wow, what a week. And the news cycle is just intense as can be. Remember last week when everyone was freaking out about Trump's tax returns? Hard to believe that was only a week ago. Feels like a few months ago. Stocks are very strong this week. One of the best weeks since August. So for those of you that have been watching us for the last few weeks talk about the importance of a long-term investment strategy and then maybe bucketing into short and medium and then long-term investments. Those of you who might have panicked in September and kind of sold out some of your positions, weeks like this really come back to haunt you and prove the benefits of what we've been talking about, starting early, getting a portfolio and an investment mix that you can handle, which is why risk tolerance and understanding what you own is super important. As far as wanting to get into the news, we had a series of Trump just tweets 2 days ago. He's saying he will no longer negotiate on stimulus, as we've talked about before. Pelosi and the Democrats passed a $2.2 trillion stimulus package. The White House was at $1.6 trillion. He said, I'm out on negotiating, and the market kind of took a dive from there. Thursday, Friday, pretty strong, as today he said he's back, ready to negotiate, and he's at about 1.8 trillion. So what's 400 billion amongst friends at this point? So we'll be following that along with you. We see bond rates kind of had a big rise this week. So for those of you who are kind of hiding out in the fixed income space, take a look at that. We're seeing tremendous continued demand for refinances, mortgages, this flight to the suburbs. Some of the rates that we've been helping clients with and just hearing about are really low. So if you have not inquired about refinancing, or even if you have refinanced maybe 6 months ago or a year ago, take a look at it again. Hard to believe. We also had a series of layoffs. Again, we're seeing what's going to happen in the airline industry, but we had Time Warner lay off 20% of their entertainment staff. This comes on the 28,000 Disney employees that we mentioned last week. We're seeing jobless claims kind of rise, so we're unclear as to the recovery without stimulus. Again, to repeat, we've seen Jerome Powell, Fed Reserve Chair, say that there's not enough money that they can print to get us out of this, and that we do need stimulus. So we really hope that that comes along. We saw another outbreak in the Tennessee Titans. We're unsure, and we saw the Patriots have a positive case. We've now seen the Jets have a potential positive case. So the NFL is hanging kind of in balance and seeing what that will do. We're seeing that affect these hot pockets of the DraftKings and the Penn Gaming, who are mostly focused on sports betting, coming back. We're seeing them have a week off. And we also saw the House Democrats really take a bullseye to big tech and really thinking that these big tech companies should be broken up. So between Trump or if Biden wins, these big tech monopolies, as they're all calling them, should have a big target on their back. So we're watching that unfold. We also see a spike in COVID cases, not just the NFL, but in other places. And we're following all these stories and more. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.